Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today, I am incredibly excited because I'm flying Virgin Atlantic from Tampa International to London Heathrow on their brand new Airbus A330-900 Neo. Besides the fact that I'm going to the UK, I am actually studying abroad. So this is the start of an amazing journey. I'm only studying abroad for about a month. Then I'm going to continue onwards to other countries in Europe, and you'll definitely see some more vlogs of that down the road. But for now, we're going to take a look at Virgin Atlantic's newest Economy Delight product. So let's get to the airport. Welcome everybody to Tampa International Airport. I actually was here not too long ago when I flew on Breeze's A220. And just as I mentioned in that video, TPA is an amazing airport that is very clean and easy to navigate. Floor 1 is for baggage claim, 2 is for the check-in desks, and 3 is where you'll find different duty-free shops, places to eat, as well as the entrance to take a train to your particular airside. Check-in with Virgin was very straightforward, and the desk agents were lovely. Okay guys, welcome back to Tampa Airport. You might have seen this place from my Breeze video not too long ago. So I was in a bit of a dilemma. They told me that I could have upgraded to premium economy for $279 more. That's a really good deal, but I'm already shelling out a lot of money for the ticket on its own. And on top of that, I paid for Economy Delight. The Economy Delight costs more than regular economy, but to upgrade to premium, it's the same. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm already shelling out a little bit of money for Economy Delight. Why would I upgrade to premium when the price is the same, even though I'm paying more? Does that make sense? I don't think it's worth it. Am I gonna have a hint of regret? Probably, even though I'm really excited to try out this economy class seat. But I have a flight on my way back from Europe that I'm really trying to save up my money and miles and points for. Hopefully, you will be able to see that relatively soon, in about a month or two. After I checked in my bags, I made my way to Airside F via a train. Once I got to the terminal, it was empty. Most other flights have departed, and we were one of the last, if not the last, flights departing out of TPA that night. Security took only 5 minutes, and I was in the terminal in no time, which was, again, empty. I was starving, so there was one place open called Square One, where I had a very well done burger, and yes, I took a bite out of it, sue me. Once I finished, I got a gorgeous view of my aircraft for this evening's flight. This is Virgin's newest plane, a 6-month-old Airbus A330-900 Neo. The Neo meaning new engine option. This aircraft was delivered to Virgin in January of 2023, and the registration is G-VIDY, V-I-D-Y. Virgin also names all of its planes, and this particular one is named Eliza Doolittle. Once I scanned my boarding pass, it really started to hit me that I am studying abroad, and this will be the start of an amazing trip. I also got very excited seeing this view of the gorgeous Rolls-Royce Trent 7000 engines. Oh wow. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
D. Donna.
I'm in 57K, so right
Hey.
Wow. All I can say about this cabin is that Virgin really knows how to set the mood with mood lighting. The cabin, especially at night, was absolutely stunning. This is Virgin's newest aircraft, so the seats are even nicer than on the A350. The A330's configuration is a comfortable 2-4-2, and this on longer flights makes a difference. Now let's take a look at my seat. The seat comes with a pillow reminding you that you paid extra for Economy Delight, headphones, and a very on-brand and very red blanket. Now let's do a seat tour. The tray table is a bifold, which saves space and gives you more legroom, so a win-win. Below that, there is a storage net, as well as 2 separate ones in front of it. There's only one universal power outlet for 2 people, so good luck fighting over that. But the screen, oh my god, this screen is absolutely massive. At 13.3 inches, it's the same size as my 13-inch MacBook Pro that I'm editing this video on. The seat itself is made of this beautiful fabric, which I much prefer to leather, and it's giving me English teacher cardigan vibes.
and I'm not complaining. The headrest is leather, and it goes up and folds for sleeping. The recline is also pretty good, but Virgin, thank you so much for installing individual air vents. I think it should be standard on all aircraft and not an optional extra. As some aviation YouTubers say, I think it's a human right. Okay, enough of that. Let's get out of here and take this 8-hour flight to London Heathrow.
Now that we've reached altitude, let's take a look at the IFE system, which was very disappointing. The movie and TV show selection was pretty limited, especially compared to the US carriers. I had more entertainment options on my 1-hour Delta flight than I have had here on my 8-hour transatlantic flight, which is quite disappointing if I'm being honest. Once I saw that they only had the new Top Gear instead of the old one in the TV show selection, that's when I lost it. Oh well, I guess I could use some therapy. Well, I guess retail therapy, since that's the only kind of therapy offered on this flight. Now, let's take a look at one of my favorite things, the map. It is so fun to use, and you can see different views of the aircraft, including 3D view as well as pilot's point of view. After that, flight attendants started dinner service. The options were chicken or pasta. I went with the chicken, which came with a salad, a dessert, cheese, and bread. I think the chicken dish was a Thai-inspired curry thing that looked absolutely unappetizing. It looked like someone vomited on here. However, it was very tasty and juicy, which I was pretty impressed by. Okay, before I attempt to get some sleep, let's check out the lavatory. It is a pretty standard A330 bathroom, but it was very clean. There was a sink, a toilet, and a baby change station, so everything you'll need in a lavatory. One thing to note is that part of the mirror was cracked. Considering this aircraft is only 6 months old, I'm curious how it will hold up. Now I'm going to attempt to get some sleep, so good night everybody. Say hello to me on 15 minutes of sleep. Not very attractive, I'd say. The flight attendants then started breakfast service. They asked bacon or egg wrap, so I went with the egg wrap, which looked very sad. On top of that, I was not told there was tomatoes inside, and I hate anything that has tomatoes in it, so I didn't end up eating it. Oh well. At least the views outside of the aircraft were absolutely stunning. The A330neo's wing is very similar to the A350's wing, and I'm not complaining because I think it is one of the most beautiful wing designs I have ever seen. And with this view out of the window, I am very thankful to have woken up to this view.
Seeing the beautiful views of London really put into my brain that I'm actually going to the UK and starting another amazing journey. This is going to be my new home for the next month, and to see it from above so high up is an amazing opportunity that I definitely will not take for granted. Okay, Spencer, we get it. You like the view. Now just shut up and let the rest of the viewers enjoy the view. Okay, well, everyone, enjoy the landing into London Heathrow. Now that we have officially landed in the UK, let's sum up my experience with Virgin Atlantic. It excelled in some areas, but also disappointed in others. I don't have that much reference since the only other European airline I've ever flown besides this was EasyJet, and well, this is a little different than EasyJet. The cabin and aircraft are absolutely stunning. I love how Virgin uses mood lighting to create a club-like atmosphere, which I love and I think is very fun, and that seems like it's the overall vibe of the whole airline, is that it just doesn't take itself too seriously and tries to have a little bit of fun. The seat is very comfortable, well designed, and had great recline. The screen was incredible for economy class, but unfortunately, the IFE system was lacking behind the US carriers in the selection department. there just wasn't enough content, especially for an 8-hour flight. As I mentioned earlier, I had more content on my 1-hour Delta flight from Las Vegas to LAX versus this flight, which was an 8-hour flight from Tampa to Heathrow. The food was surprisingly good, but I had pretty low expectations because when I think of economy class food, I think of food that is barely edible, if that. So the fact that it was even edible made it pretty good. Now let's talk about the service. The flight attendants were absolutely amazing, so kind and friendly, and I had a great chat with a couple of them in the rear galley. I also would like to give a huge shout out to Evie because she was absolutely amazing. Right before I left the aircraft, I also got to take a look at the upper class cabin to see what seat I could have sat in if I could afford it. Once in Heathrow, I was expecting it to be a massive shit show for customs, but that couldn't have been further from the truth. Customs was simply scanning my passport, and that was it. After that, I took a coach bus to my accommodation, which surprisingly had the most insane view of London I've ever seen, and look at this balcony, it's absolutely massive. After that, I met up with my friend Marlon for dinner at the Savoy Hotel and got Gordon Ramsay's famous beef Wellington. Just a tad better than Virgin's food. I'm just kidding, it was absolutely delicious.
Welcome everyone to the outro of this video. I would highly recommend flying Virgin Atlantic, especially if you can fly on the A330neo. I absolutely love the cabin, the seat, the service. The only thing I wasn't really a big fan of was the IFE System's lack of content. But on that note, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next video.
1, 2, 3, y...